Students, parents, members of the various institutions, ladies and gentlemen, specially invited guests, welcome to this, our second session in our Your Journey to the CMU series. I am Najin Younes, a Student Union Vice President and Brand Ambassador here at the CMU. Now, in a time where being socially distant and mask wearing is a new normal, while we'd love to have you here sauntering on campus, interacting with staff, walking up and down, and interacting with us all, this is our way of reaching out to you. Now, each of our sessions will focus on the different faculties and centers within our programs and all the offerings that they have. We'll also be providing you with information about our student services and the Students' Union so you can have a better idea of what student life is like. But before we begin, please join me in viewing a short video about the history of the CMU.
Caribbean Maritime University cadets on display at Parade Square on the main campus at Palisados Park in the Jamaican capital, Kingston. The campus is now 6,000 plus strong, a far cry from the 30 students around when the governments of Norway and Jamaica set up the institution that would eventually become the CMU, the Jamaica Maritime Training Institute, back in 1980 at Norman Road in Kingston. At the time, the plan was simply to train enough Jamaicans to man the 5-ship fleet of the Jamaica Merchant Marine. Devron Newman is the Dean of the Faculty of Marine and Nautical Studies, just one of several now at the CMU, and he was one of the first Jamaicans to be trained back in the 1980s.
I decided to join the Jamaica Maritime Training Institute at the time because the opportunity presented itself, and I saw this as an opportunity, something different from the traditional career paths that existed at the time.
The focus then was on short courses, just 3 months.
It was very interesting, it was very challenging, it was different, but I think what made it most interesting was that we didn't know a lot about what we were getting into. That's my intake, and as of such, we enjoyed all the challenges that were presented to us.
By 1984, the Norman Road location had become inadequate, and the main campus was moved to the current location, Palisados Park, on the shores of the Caribbean Sea, near Norman Manley International Airport. The partnership between Jamaica and Norway was strong.
The Norwegians were very professional in their daily duties. They were very organized, very disciplined, and they taught us quite a lot.
In the early 1990s, the Institute continued to expand. More programs were added, more staff recruited.
I joined the Caribbean Maritime University in 1990 as secretary to the principal, Rudolph Boyris.
What was it at the time?
At the time, it was the Jamaica Maritime Training Institute.
By 1993, a name change. It was now the Jamaica Maritime Institute, JMI, and fully Jamaicanized. The first Jamaican executive director was appointed.
It was a small institution. It was headed by Commander Michael Rodriguez. The student body was also small in number as well as staff population.
In 2001, even more programs were added as the institute expanded its focus, and a new name underscored the change. It was now the Caribbean Maritime Institute, CMI. Then came the big change, university status in 2017. In just a matter of years, the organization had expanded rapidly from short certificate courses to diplomas, undergraduate degrees to doctoral degrees.
Those changes in terms of the status of the institution have given me a sense of pride in terms of where we're coming from. Knowing where we're coming from at Norman Road at a very small building which housed about 30 cadets at the time, compared to what we are seeing today. That has been significant, and it's very much appreciated. Being a university that is the ultimate in terms of the educational institutional status. And it has afforded the seafarers not only the option of getting a certificate of competence, but also to be awarded with an undergraduate degree.
The institute was training far more professionals than just seafarers, to include engineers, logisticians, welders, to name just a few. Several other faculties had been set up and centers of excellence, such as the FESTA Authorized and Certified Training Center and the Center for Digital Innovation and Advanced Manufacturing, CDIAM. Nicholas Kitchen is Technical Marketing Officer at the CDIAM, which boasts the largest collection of 3D printers in the region and is a center of excellence in areas such as additive manufacturing, augmented reality, and virtual reality. He was a student during the transition to university status.
Being a part of, or being a university now, gives you a greater sense of pride and a level of accomplishment which I can't even imagine. Now, for everybody is just so excited about the transition, everybody talks about it. We're now a university, we're now able to fully compete with the rest of the universities around the world. And for me, that is one of the greatest things.
It has been exciting, and it's really great to know that coming from a small project, which it was within our region and the Jamaican government, to standing on our own and owning ourselves as a university, it's really great to have been a part of that.
Now, at our inaugural meeting last week, we heard from the Faculty of Shipping and Logistics. Now, if you missed that, not to worry, we have you covered. Keep an eye on our CMU TV page on YouTube, and we'll have that upload for you in short order. Now, today, we'll be hearing from the Faculty of Engineering and Applied Technology. So are there any future engineers in the house? Let us know in the comments. Now, to tell you more from that faculty, we have two persons who were former students and who now both serve as lecturers within the faculty. We have Mr. John Paul Bramwell and Mr. Audel Mantok. Now, as I mentioned before, they're both alumni and they're still here at the CMU where they serve in a lecturing capacity. They will join us after the next short clip.
Good morning. My name is Audel Mantok, and I'm here from the Faculty of Engineering.
And I am John Paul Bramwell from the Faculty of Engineering and Applied Technology.
And today we'll just be doing a brief summary of what to expect within the Faculty of Engineering. So we have prepared for you a quick presentation. Okay, so the objectives of this presentation is just a quick overview of what's involved within the faculty, the various programs offered by the Faculty of Engineering, and also the career opportunities you're able to take part in at the end of your 4 years, or if you choose to go up to the master's level, at the end of your tenure at the Caribbean Maritime University.
All right, so the faculty offers programs designed to fulfill the requirement for multidisciplinary engineers who are internationally recognized and are able to analyze, design, develop solutions for various problems encountered on a local to regional scale in many industries. The programs also are designed to take advantage of computer-aided tools and artificial intelligence, which is becoming of pretty much significant relevance to today's society to educate multidisciplinary engineers.
So what we try to do here at the Caribbean Maritime University is we try to create engineers capable of standing their own within the changing industry, because we know as time progresses, the field changes, the job requirements changes. Even though we're going through the pandemic, lifestyle has changed. So the way we approach problems has to change as well. So with the CMU, we create a very versatile course outline for the students. So they're able to participate within a specific industry, and while that industry is changing, they're able to facilitate that change as well.
So the minimum requirements to matriculate in the engineering faculty is a minimum of 5 CXC or GCE O levels and any international equivalent, including math, English, and 2 technical science subjects. So when we say technical, we're talking about physics, technical drawing, chemistry, anything relating to those fields.
STEM subjects. Now, the various programs we offered under the Faculty of Engineering and Applied Technology. We have the Bachelor's of Engineering in Industrial Automation. We have the Bachelor's of Engineering in Industrial Systems, the Bachelor's of Engineering in Mechatronics, the Bachelor's of Science in Artificial Intelligence and Computer Systems, Bachelor of Science in Marine Biotechnology, and we do provide an associate degree with our Industrial Systems and Operation and Maintenance. Now, the associate degree, it's for 2 years. So you study for 2 years. Once you complete all the required courses, you are able to collect your associate degrees. To get any one of these bachelor degrees, you have to do 4 years and complete all the requirements.
It's one of the other requirements for all areas of study is industry experience, which should be fulfilled by all students, pretty much across all programs, right? So this enables you to get a first-hand experience in the working world as well, to know what you're going out there to expect.
No. We know we're talking a lot about studying. While you're completing these courses, it's not just theoretical part of it. So it's not just book works. We do provide practical spaces for you to get hands-on with things that you will interact with when you go out there in the industry. So also under the Faculty of Engineering, we also have a Festa building where persons get to interact with pneumatics, hydraulics, mechatronics, Industry 4.0, the various production lines that you will see out there in the industry, so you get a first-hand experience. Here is just a quick video of what you might see over by the Festa lab.
So it's really giving you a first-hand experience of what you will see in a factory, and pretty much just letting you be aware as well as having the experience and the skills you need to operate, diagnose problems with the various different machines during a production process. So here as well, as you get the theory, the practical is also available for your eyes to see. So you will not just be able to imagine what is out there, but you'll see, even though this is on a miniature scale, but it still simulates what happened in industry. So you'll be fully aware and at an advantage when you step out there in industry to perform. All right, job opportunities. Now, as it relates to engineering, the job opportunities are, there are a lot.
There's always a problem for us to solve out there.
Because as an engineer, we're problem solvers. If there's a problem, we solve it, right? So you have process engineer, industrial, supply chain operations manager, electrical, electromechanical, and all these different aspects of engineering sometimes are interrelated, but are relevant in their own right.
Now, again, when you complete your degree, you have the option to, even if you have a degree in industrial engineering, we're not limiting you to industrial engineering. It's up to you to ensure you do what you like. You can always switch over to another engineering-based field. For instance, our industrial engineers, with their electrical knowledge, they can easily go and do any electronic, go into any electronic field. They can go and work for JPS. They can go and work for
the communications company, Digicel, Flow. Pretty much you're versatile and adaptable to any environment or any work operations that you land in, and it just make you well-rounded. And at the end of the day, even with this long list of different job functions, you may still not find something to your liking. But how about becoming an entrepreneur in the engineering field? We see a lot of examples around us. Studying doesn't mean you have to always go and look a job, but how about creating your own job? Now, just to pull your strings a bit, at the end of your final year, each engineering student is expected to come up with some problem to solve, which they will term it as final year project. And time and time again, we'll see where the final year project also push students to create their own jobs after completing that project.
Now, just to add to that, throughout your time at the CMU, you're also a part of the course, whichever program you're doing, is to do management courses, project management courses, in how to interact. So we're also teaching you skills for you to go out there and create your own. If you want to be a manager, somebody you want to be an entrepreneur, your own business, we teach you how to get that done, how to do market analysis, stuff like that. So you can better manipulate what's out there and spin an income from it.
All right, student life. So student life within the faculty is quite an interesting one. As a past student, I can recall my life as an engineering student was pretty much interesting. For me, coming from a high school which mostly focused on the arts, studying here at the CMU have given me the requisite skills and knowledge I need to perform and sometimes dominate the field, right? You will meet on interesting people, even your own classmates, that will become lifetime partners, business partners, customers. And so you don't just limit yourself when you get here, you will find interesting experiences when you come. Also, as we said, you're exposed to numerous skills. You don't just get the theory. We have the actual equipment that you'll use, so you'll get the theory first. you'll get the safety instructions, then you'll be brought rather to the different labs to carry out the practical aspect of it. So at the end of your journey here, you will be fully equipped with the knowledge you need to step out in the field and perform up at optimum.
All right, so as he said earlier, after receiving the theory and the safety behind operating within these spaces, we do have the different lab spaces. So we have the welding shop, where you will be introduced to various types of welding, different types of materials, and high temperatures. We also have our workshop. This is where we do most of our mechanical designs and assembly, and where you get introduced to lathes, drill presses, stuff like that, things that you will be using within the industry. Whenever something breaks, these are the devices that will be in the workshop for you to repair whichever item or device has been broken. We have our electrical lab. At our electrical lab, you will, once you've been taught how to operate the devices safely, you will be introduced to various levels of voltages, high voltage, low voltage, high RPM motors, low RPM motors, various switches, controls, stuff like that. PLC, you will be taught how to program various logic circuits and stuff like that. So it's a fun, while you're here, you will be having fun, you will be required to study a lot, but at the end, it will not be a time wasted. You will create a good network because, as he said earlier as well, when you leave university, your friends that were here with you, they're going to be the same one who is a manager in this big industry. They're going to be the HR manager over there. So it's a network, and you'd be surprised to know the power of a network, having friends in good places.
And just to piggyback on this point, now research and development is becoming a very significant need in today's society, especially facing this pandemic. Now, a lot of companies are trying to find more efficient ways to deliver goods, to get things done, to have things made. We also have the mobile platform unit, advanced mobile platform unit, that is an arm of the engineering faculty here at CMU, where they specialize in building advanced mobile vehicles.
Both for land, sea, and air.
Yeah. So if you look at the pictures here, one example is the drones. Now, if you look at first world countries, let me just use England for example. Drones are now being used for delivery purposes and for medical purposes. Now, I've experienced one where there was some medical emergency on the road. The traffic was so high, vehicles couldn't move around. But a drone was used to bring all the supplies to the scene where the person needed it. So here at the CMU, we do have the facilities for students to come up with these designs, test them out to see if they work effectively, and also get the support that they need from the various lecturers, and to just make use of the time here to better enable your skills. As it relates to industry experience, if you look on the picture on the bottom right, these are some past students who are now in industry, who have gone out there during their time of study to get experience, but during that time have made a mark and are now permanently employed at various places. Just one more thing to add, during your time of study here too, you'll be given presentations and different assessments. One of the interesting things that we do here in the engineering faculty, not always do we, us as lecturers rather, mark your presentations. We have persons from industry that come and they are the ones who mark your presentation. Some are actually past students, right? And time again, we have seen where students actually, during their presentations, are being interviewed without their knowledge. right? So after their presentation, you know, graduation come up, you land in a job because you have already done your interview. So when you get here, don't take your time for granted, don't take your assessments for granted. Just have fun, make use of it, and expose yourself to every knowledge that you can grab.
Well, with that said, we just want to say thank you for listening to our presentation. Is there any question from the audience? Okay, so we'll be here until the end of the presentation. So if any question pop up, feel free to direct it to the moderator and he'll get us back to answer it.
Thank you for your time.
All right, thank you so much, Audel and John Paul. I don't know about you, but I almost wish I had an engineering here when I first began my sojourn. But lest we forget that applications are currently open. They've already opened and they usually close out at around the end of August. But you can check out our application form at our website at www.cmu.edu.jm. Also, you can follow us on all our social media handles on Instagram, on Facebook, on Twitter at Caribbean Maritime University. Now, we've just heard a bit of the pedagogic side of what we do here at the CMU. We covered some academics, the program offerings, the careers, everything. But now we're going to hear from our sports coordinator within the Office of Student Affairs, Ms. Stacey Jack, who will be giving us an overview about the student services that the OSC offers to the students. Followed by Ms. Jack, we'll have Mr. Leonardo Simpson, the Student Union President here at the Caribbean Maritime University, who will tell us a bit about student union and campus life.
Good morning, everyone. As Mr. Nunes said, my name is Stacey Jack, and I'm the sports coordinator within the Office of Student Affairs. What is the Student Affairs Department all about? The Office of Student Affairs seeks to foster a close and mutually respectful relationship between the university students, faculty, and administration. The office aims to promote student success and to create a campus community geared towards facilitating students' growth and development. The three main functions of the Office of Student Affairs are: one, to foster the relationship between students, faculty, and administration; two, to promote student success; and three, promote growth and development. What are the services driven through the following units? These services are driven through the following units within the department: one, placement; two, discipline; three, housing; clubs and societies; welfare; sports; counseling; international student relations; and the alumni relations. What is our placement services all about? This unit manages the preparation and placement of students into internships as a part of the real-world training objectives under the Industrial Awareness Program, which is the IAP. It prepares final year students for the working world each year by planning and executing a career fair. Okay, so the placement services, as I said before, this unit manages the preparation and placement of students into internships as a part of the real-world training objectives under the Industrial Awareness Program, which is shortened as the IAP. It prepares final year students for the working world each year by planning and executing a career fair. This year, due to the pandemic, we have hosted our career fair virtually, online, and students were given the opportunity to be interviewed by several companies, for example, the Jamaica Public Service, CEPROD, Jamaica Continental Bakery, and a lot more other companies. On a regular basis, students are assisted with preparation of necessary documents, for example, cover letters and resume, So the placement unit assists students by preparing for the virtual fair, for example. They assist the students in preparing their resumes and cover letters for the interview, or if they should be employed by a company, and acquiring updated certification. The section conducts sensitization sessions, focus on career readiness, and also seeks employment opportunities for final year students and graduates. Discipline plays an integral role within the university, and without discipline, just imagine what would happen within the university. It would be chaos. And the fact that we're a maritime university, we have their standards that we must maintain. So the main function of the discipline unit is one, to ensure its proper deportment of all students, including proper monitoring of online and face-to-face classes. 2, to ensure student adherence to university code of conduct. 3, to assist students transition to the university. And 4, to assist the safety and security of all students. Housing. So due to the pandemic, the housing services is unavailable until further notice. However, the processing of boarding applications and the placement of students for housing are managed through this unit, Office of Student Affairs. In essence, this unit oversees the general supervision of resident students at the Admiralty Dormitory, which is located in Port Royal, and ensures the safety, security, and comfort of students placed. External housing is also managed through this unit to afford additional housing options to students given the limited capacity at Admiralty House. Clubs and societies plays an integral role within the community. It allows students to interact with each other and to share their experiences and just to have fun. So the clubs and societies, at the CMU, several clubs and societies are designed to meet the varying needs of the student body. Students are also encouraged to set up their own clubs that fit their interests. These clubs are encouraged to form strong alliances with parent groups and other universities. Some of our clubs include the Circle K International, CMU Rotaract, CMU Red Cross, the Debating and Literacy Arts, and the Environmental and Sustainable Club. Also, one of our most interesting clubs is the MOVA, which is the Men of Vision Action Club. And this club gives our young men an opportunity to express themselves and just to be young adults in the working world. Welfare. So the welfare assists students with health insurance, the Earn and Learn program, special assistance lunch program, the PATH tertiary bursar program. Students are encouraged to apply for the PATH tertiary program for semester 1, which would have been September 2021 into semester 2, which is January 2022. The welfare, the PATH, just a little information on our PATH bursary services. So the bursary offered through the ministry, this service offered through the Ministry of Labor and Social Security. Eligibility, applicants must already be a PATH beneficiary from high school, and once you're eligible, you'll be granted $100,000 towards your tuition. Application forms are available online and at the Office of Student Affairs. After completing the documentation, we ask students to submit these documents to the Office of Student Affairs for processing. Sports. The following sports are available at the university. These include cheerleading, fencing, rowing, football, basketball, netball, volleyball, hockey, rugby, track and field, and swimming. And as stated at the first presentation, the cheerleading team is one of our most successful teams here. We're 6 times intercollegiate champions, 2 times world university cheerleading champions. Our football team, they're also finalists of the 2019-2020 intercollegiate championship. Our basketball team was placed 3rd at the championship, and our netball team was also placed 3rd. The rugby team is also one of our strong teams here at the CMU. We are also 2 times intercollegiate champions. One may ask, what are we doing with our sports team during a pandemic? What activities are there for them to be a part of? So we engage our sports team on a virtual platform. These activities include sports webinars, sports quiz competitions, fitness tests, skill-based presentations, electronic games, and competitions. How do a student register for online sporting activities? 1, he or she must complete an online registration form. Then the student will be assigned to a group or a team that he or she majors in. 3, the scheduled activities will be then sent to the students that they should participate in, and to make it interesting, for these activities, we award points to the winning team. The counseling unit, counseling and chaplaincy. The counseling and chaplaincy unit was established to assist students in dealing with everyday stressors or challenges. The counseling team seeks to empower clients to accomplish balance in their mental health, wellness, education, and career goals. And we ask that students must make an appointment to see our counselor. We offer both individual and group counseling as well. And due to the pandemic, the counseling sessions are held via phone, and depending on the nature of the situation, we might have a face-to-face. The counselor might have a face-to-face session with the student. International student relations. The International Student Relations Unit is designed to support international students with their transition to student life. The unit also plans the reception, exercise, and all chaperone programs and activities for international students. Additionally, the unit also supports all international student recruitment activities and ensures that the university's international students feel at home away from home. So yearly, or each academic year, we might have students who apply to the university from China, Antigua, from various Caribbean countries. And we welcome them with open heart, and we try to ensure that they feel comfortable and relaxed in a foreign country. Alumni relations. The Alumni Relations Unit seeks to create a strong link between the university and its graduates. The unit is responsible for building lifelong relationships with alumni in support of the university, facilitating two-way communication between the university and alumni, and leveraging a powerful alumni voice on behalf of the university. We encourage our past students to become alumni representative. I think it's very important, and just to give back to your university and to collaborate with your past university. My apologies, I'm having some challenges, just a few. Okay, our creative arts is also a very interesting area within the Office of Student Affairs. Our main function, the main function of the creative arts is to seek to engage students who are artistically and creatively inclined. So if you're strong in the area of drama, speech, playing the drum, the guitar, this is where you want to be to improve in those areas, and just to give to provide your experience within the creative arts team. Students are given the opportunity to creatively express themselves, as I said before, locally at the CMU and on a national level in competitions held by the Jamaica Cultural Development Commission, the Talawa, and several others. Students are engaged in creative expressions such as visual arts, literary arts, and the performing arts. And that completes the units within the Office of Student Affairs. For further information, you can send an email to studentaffairs@cmu.edu.jm. And you can also make contact with the university, and we will then transfer you to the Office of Student Affairs. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Ms. Jack. We do appreciate your presentation on behalf of the Office of Student Affairs. Now, I'm sure if you have not heard anything, you can reach out to them. They are active throughout the university as well. I believe you can reach them at osa@cmu.edu.jm for more information. And Ms. Jack and her team is staying throughout the entirety of the program. So if you have any questions for not only her, but the presenter who is about to come to us, Mr. Leonardo Simpson, and those who went before him, including Mr. Audel Mantok and Mr. John Paul Bramwell on the academic side of the Faculty of Shipping, Faculty of Engineering and Applied Technology, you can be sure to reach out to them and ask your questions here in this forum. As I mentioned a while ago, we'll now have a presentation from the Student Union President. He is a final year student here pursuing a Bachelor of Science degree in Logistics and Supply Chain Management. And this is his second year being our Student Union President. So I know he has a lot of insight, a lot of information about the Student Union here, its importance, its opportunities, its gatherings, its source, everything that will definitely have an impact on your educational experience here at the CMU. And exactly what makes the educational sojourn here at the CMU so special and so unique. Mr. Simpson, are you here with us?
Yes, sir, Newlands. Special warning to everyone on watching here today. As Mr. Newlands outlined, my name is Leonardo Simpson, final year student here at the Caribbean Maritime University, receiving a Bachelor of Science degrees in Logistics and Supply Chain Management. I also serve in the capacity of Student Union President, and my duty here today is just to enlighten you about services that is offered by the Student Union, role, and campus life. So the ultimate role of the Student Union is to act as formal custodians for our students, whereby we provide representation for our students, representation on issues that you may have, concerns that you may have, whether it be with the administration, whether it be or the faculties, or just general issues that you may face on a day-to-day basis. So you said then that the student union acts as a trade union in the sphere of the university, whereby we act both as a medium to the university and the student as it pertains to communication, right? So you will raise the issues to us, then we will provide communication to the university on these matters. We also assist students through welfare-related activities. So welfare-related activities, I'll speak some more on those as we go throughout the presentation. We also host and initiate activities aimed at fostering cohesion and integration for students. Fourth and finally is entertainment, and this is aimed towards a holistic experience here at the Caribbean Maritime University. So, as I mentioned earlier, so what are some of the activities offered by the Student Union? So in terms of services, Student Union values welfare at its utmost best, whereby we ensure that you know, our students are served through our welfare activities. So for this year, when we were riddled by a pandemic, we sat as a team and we decided what can we do to ensure that our students are not extremely impacted by the pandemic. What can we do to limit the impact brought on them by the pandemic? So we coined two initiatives, and this was the brainchild of this Vice President of Academics, one, and the Welfare Officer. And this was the TREE initiative, which stands for the Technological Relief for Educational Enablement. And this is a tablet loan initiative. And this was made possible through the kind donation and sponsorship of the Grace Kennedy and Staff Community Foundation, whereby we were bestowed a kind gratitude from them with some devices that we are going to use for this initiative. The program is in full swing, whereby we are currently issuing out tablets on a repeat basis to students, you know, for how long currently it's run on a semester per semester basis, whereby we then loan the tablets to students for the start of a semester to the end of a semester. Where needs arise, we might, you know, change the program to accommodate the same. Also, there is the CMU SSU Cares, and this is a grant initiative geared towards the general student population. This is for those students, you know, because as I said before, we were all impacted by the pandemic in some way, shape, and form. For some of us, we have part-time students here at this CMU. We have full-time students. And for full-time students, some of them also pursue work. And they have parents who were affected by the work, whether you've been laid off, whether the hours were cut at work, and this caused financial constraints. Also for the part-time student, them too had severe challenges when it come on to work. Hours were cut, persons were laid off because of the pandemic, work from home orders were being instituted by the government, etc. So with all that being said, we sat and we decided that we'll craft a grant initiative, which we have as a name, CMU SSU Cares. And this is geared towards helping these students who were affected by the pandemic by providing grant and financial aid to them. So every student, it was available to every student on a need basis, whereby persons who had a need for the grant, we would have put out an application, ask them to apply for the grant, and then we move it from there. So we also have other related services that we perform. Ms. Jack, who's a sporting coordinator to the OSA, Office of Student Affairs, mentioned that they are, they provide a lot of seminars for students. Also, this is done by the Student Union, where we provide networking seminars. We host seminars with persons from the various professions within the universities, as persons in the FEET faculty, as Mr. Mantok and Mr. Bramwell outlined earlier. We recently, the FEET rep, Mr. Kishana Bell, she hosted a seminar whereby they invited industry professionals to talk with them, sit with the students, help them to know that, after your tenure here at the CMU, these are some of the occupations that you can pursue. Also, we have, through our welfare, we have transportation and lunch aid. This program has been revamped, however, so it's in the revamp stage where we have sat, to rethink the whole program to see how best in the pandemic-wise this can be reinstituted. In terms of campus life, we have a myriad of activities to ensure that your time here at CMU are well lived, because after going to school on a daily basis, or whether online or otherwise, you don't, as the saying goes, all play and no work, or all work and no play rather, make Jack a dull boy and Jill a dull girl. So we have activities aimed at providing entertainment to a vast range of students, all students. There are the Christians, whether the non-Christians, whether international students, local students. We have a vast range of activities. Some of these activities include our annual Freshers' Fete. Our annual Freshers' Fete is held annually, as the name suggests, and this is held in the start of the first semester of the academic year, where this is garnered to first-year students, as a welcome event to help them to integrate them into the university. So this is normally one of our main events, and as such, it carry a good amount of audience behind this event. And some of the proceeds gained from this event are normally put to the welfare programs to further assist students in various challenges that they face. We also have Clubs and Societies Day, and this is a collab with the OSA, the Office of Student Affairs, whereby we have all the clubs and societies that are here at CMU on a general day where they set up their booths and they provide information and sensitization for the general student population. So this is aimed at getting students involved in all the clubs and societies here at CMU, and to provide information to those who don't know about the clubs, and with that general aim of getting persons to be a part of said clubs. We also have Culture Day, and this is normally an activity coined or manned by the international officer. And Culture Day here at CMU is in a different atmosphere, a different sphere, in a different way, whereby we integrate all the cultures that we have here. So Ms. Jack just mentioned to you that we have students from all over the world. We have students from Nigeria, Belize, Caribbean countries, China, and these students, you want them to be a part of the CMU family. You want them to feel like this is home away from home. So we have Culture Day aimed at allowing them to show their cultures, and this, for the local personnel, they also show their cultures. Sometimes we intertwine it with the clubs and societies, whereby we ask the club to work with these international students to help them to bring about their culture. We also have gospel concert. This has been riddled by the pandemic, as many of our activities. This is geared towards the Christians and all persons of religious beliefs. And yes, persons say gospel concert. Yes, we understand that there's not only the Christianity religion here at CMU, but what we do is that that's the religion that we really embrace, and not that we shun other religions, but we give an open ear to religious beliefs and allow everybody to express this thing. We have the Mr. and Miss CMU competition. This is another big event for the CMU students, whereby students of the CMU, male and female, are invited to apply to be a part of this competition. On a yearly basis, this competition normally holds like 12 males or 12 females, or 10 males and 10 females, depending on the application, magnitude of the application. This year, because of the pandemic again, we had to rethink the whole event. So we decided that we want to do it in a virtual setting, and this event is set to take place on May 1st, 2021. That's next week. So persons can look forward to that event, see how it is, for the students that are interested in coming to the university. This is that activity that you can be a part of, because the winners of this activity, that is the first, second, and third place, male and female, first place are issued with half tuition, second place auxiliary fee, and the third place are issued with other benefit packages. We have the debate competition, which is normally, again, a merger with the CMU LAPDS, which is the CMU Debate, Literary Arts, and Public Speaking Society. This competition is geared at getting our students to be more public speakers, more innovative thinkers, and this helps bring out the creative juice in our students. This event is normally held annually also, and sometime bi-semesterly. We also have the interclub quiz competition, and this is a quiz competition. You know, persons that are knowledgeable of the school challenge quiz competition. It's similar in nature, whereby this is done between the clubs and societies. One, to boost the integration of the clubs, boost the participation of the clubs, and to see how best or how knowledgeable each club is with the various areas that are normally up for questioning. We also have the beach futsal and volleyball competition. This competition is normally a competition held annually, but again, because of the pandemic, this competition has been put on hold. So those are some of the activities, main activities that we have. As mentioned earlier, there are a lot of seminars, soft skills seminars, development seminars. So from time to time, we always invite persons from different spheres to come and talk to our students. We also partner with the tutorial club, which is a tutoring club whereby we provide tutoring services, where this club rather provide tutoring services to students. You know, everybody has weak subjects or weak areas, and this club provides tutoring services to these persons to help them to maximize their grades and their general output in the academic sphere. So in terms of future projects for the CMU students, this include the crafting of the graduation ring. This is geared towards students matriculating out of CMU. When you're graduating from a CMU, we believe that there should be an emblem to say, all right, after I have completed my time here at CMU, this is just to show that, hey, I was a student at CMU, and it's always there because it will act as a memory for you. So that's one of them. We also want to get a new office space for students so that when we go back to face-to-face, our students can have a centralized location whereby they can meet with the union delegates, they can allow their issues to be heard, and they can work together with the union to achieve greater things. So I think that gives a general synopsis of the student union services and activities, campus life, and I hope that you were listening and taking notes, and I look forward to seeing you here at the CMU. I might not be here because, as Najee posited earlier, this is my final here, but I will always be a part of the CMU experience, always coming back to lend a support to whatever is being done here. So it was a pleasure speaking to you all and looking forward to the discussion. Any other questions or related concerns that is geared towards the student union? I'll be here for the remainder of the discussion to provide answers to students. Once again, thank you for your time and thank you for your listening.
All right, Mr. Simpson, thank you so much. I am sure the students have been heartened by your words. In fact, while I was listening, I feel like I almost rekindled and relived all my experiences here at the CMU. And although our experiences may not be the same because of the COVID-19 pandemic and all the effects it has engendered in the university space, definitely we're making each and every second of our interactions count, which is why we are here today at this Your Journey to the CMU series. Now, we have come to the end of our program. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been the second session in our Your Journey to the CMU series. My name is Najee Nunes, a student union vice president and a brand ambassador here at the CMU, and it has been my pleasure to moderate the proceedings. We meet next time on the 12th of May. We always meet on Wednesdays, not this Wednesday, the following Wednesday, where we will discuss the Faculty of Marine and Nautical Studies. So those gentlemen you always see clad in the full white or the brown or the lovely black and white and the hat, you're going to hear all that information and more about what it is that faculty has to offer, not only in terms of academics, but in terms of its student lives. Right? Also our engineers, just letting you know that we also have an engineering program, a marine engineering program, and other marine engineering related stuff such as naval architecture that the Faculty of Marine and Nautical Studies offers. So the Faculty of Engineering and Applied Technologies offers the land-based engineering, but for sea-based engineering, you'll definitely want to stay tuned for that other one coming up. So ladies and gentlemen, this has been the second session of your journey to the CMU series. It has definitely been my pleasure to moderate the proceedings today, and I look forward to seeing you all on the 12th of May. Until then, Godspeed.